Oh no. Oh no. Hi, we're back. This is Benzo Food and today we're going to be doing cooking in quarantine. All the supermarkets are running low on pasta sauce, and we don't know when they're going to come back in stock. So what we're going to do is make our own homemade pasta without a pasta machine called Pici. It's a Tuscan pasta and all you need are 3 ingredients. We'll then be mixing that in a sauce called Amatriciana. It's a Roman sauce. I know Roman, Tuscany, they probably won't let me into Italy after this, but it tastes good and that's all that matters. Right, let's crack on. So we're going to start by making our Pici. First we need to bring all of our ingredients together. Proper Italians will do it all on the sterilised surface, but I don't want to make a mess, so I'm going to bring it together in a tray. We'll start with 200 grams of strong white flour. This is 00 pasta flour, but any strong white flour with a high gluten content will work. Then we want to add a generous glug of olive oil. Some people use eggs in this, but eggs are hard to come by, so I'm using olive oil. Then we need a generous pinch of salt and 100 ml of lukewarm water. Once you've got all those ingredients, just gently work them together until it forms a dough. Then we'll turn that out and knead it on the surface. Once that dough starts to come together, we'll tip it out and work it. Use the dough to get all the bits off the edge. Pick it all up. So you've formed a ball now. I'm going to tip it out to the sterilised surface and knead it. You want to be kneading this for about 7 minutes. It's a good workout if you can't get to the gym because you're on lockdown. This will do. After 7 minutes, that ball will be really tight. You'll have a high gluten content. Now we're going to wrap this up and leave it to rest in the fridge for about an hour. So our dough's been wrapped up and resting in the fridge for an hour now. What we're going to do is unwrap it and roll it out onto an unfloured surface. You don't want to use flour at this point, otherwise it's going to be really hard to roll it out later. Now let's just get this dough out. Fridge. Thank you. Take it straight out of the cling film and onto a sterilised surface again. Now, to flatten this out, you can use it by hand or you can use a rolling pin. All I'm going to do is just move it. It's got the texture of Play-Doh after it's been resting. Shows it's got a high gluten content. You're going to get a sort of long, thin sort of worm shape. Flatten it out to about ½ centimetre. Doesn't really matter because the next point we're going to fix everything. Once you've got it into a pretty even sort of flat shape, we need to slice it, and I'll use a chopping board here so I don't ruin my counter, but it's up to you. Just slice really thin strips off like this. Everybody has their own way of doing it, but I'm going to show you. Once we've got about a portion's worth, which is 12 of these fat little slugs, we want to roll it out and toss it into some flour so it doesn't stick together. To roll it out, just put it again, unfloured surface, use flat fingers, start in the middle and roll it out like this. Everybody has their own desired thickness. I like mine as close to spaghetti as possible. It's personal preference. Sort of like an Italian udon. Just toss it in that flour so it doesn't stick together. I'm going to do this for every single one of them. Again, it's about 12 per portion, but it depends how much food you want really. Once you've got a portion coated in flour, you want to shake off as much of that flour as possible. Pour it out onto a plate in a little nest, again so it doesn't stick together. You can wrap this up now and it'll stay in the fridge for about 24 hours. And now we've made the Pici, we're going to make our Amatriciana sauce. To start, you're going to want to bring a big pan of water up to the boil so we can cook our pasta later. Again, we've just made that pasta, I'm going to use it now but if you don't want to use it straight away, it can stay in the fridge for up to 24 hours. There's pasta boiling, so I'm just going to move it over there onto the stove. And we'll start on our sauce. You're going to want a big frying pan and some pancetta. You're meant to use guanciale, which is cured pig shell, but it's very hard to get in England, so we're using pancetta. You want to put that into a cold pan and bring the heat up. As the heat turns up, the fat will start to melt out of the pancetta and we can fry the next ingredients. Right, as you can see now, the fat's started to render down on that pancetta, so we can add our garlic to it. The good thing about pancetta is it's cured, so it'll last in the fridge for about a month and you don't have to keep popping out to shops. You can get it, keep it in the fridge until you're ready to cook it. This fat's started to come out now, so we're going to add some garlic. What you want to do is peel it and use the back of a knife just to bruise it a little bit. Don't worry about the big chunks, we're going to be picking them out later. It's just to impart a lot of flavour now into the oil and into the pancetta. Okay. I'm going to keep cooking this out till that pancetta gets really nice and crispy and that garlic starts to brown off a bit. Smells amazing. This pancetta is crisped up really nice now. That garlic's starting to brown off, so we'll pick that garlic out. It's done its job, all that flavour is imparted into the oil and the fat. Don't want it too strong. Next job now is to add our chopped tomatoes. I've got a tin of cherry tomatoes because I personally prefer them, but you can use any cheap chopped tomatoes if you want. Add it in while the heat's still really high, just to bring that heat really up quick. What you want to do now is add a lid to the sauce, just turn it down and let it simmer for about 15 minutes until those tomatoes start to break down, sweeten up as well. And the sauce is bubbling away nicely over there, so there's about 5 minutes left to go. That's where we're going to add our pasta. So here's the pasta, the Pici that we made earlier. Again, you want to shake off a bit of that flour, add a bit of salt to the water first, and drop it in. Give it a little stir once it goes into the water, just so it doesn't all stick together, but the bubbles of the water should break it up anyway. Cover that up and leave it to cook for 5 minutes. Our sauce has been simmering away now for 15 minutes. We've cooked our Pici for 5 minutes. Now we just need to do the finishing touches to the sauce. I'm going to add a generous pinch of black pepper and a pinch of chilli flakes. Now you can add salt here, but the pancetta is really salty. We've cooked our pasta in salt water. Personal preference, but I personally wouldn't do it. Now I'm going to drain off that Pici and put it straight into the sauce. It's important here to not drain off too much water. You need a little bit of that pasta water to sort of enrich that sauce. It'll make it nice and glossy, thicken it up a bit as well. I made enough sauce here for two portions. The pasta recipe I showed you earlier, that'll probably do about 4 portions in total. So we've got all our Pici in the pan. You just want to toss it a bit, incorporate all that sauce. Just get a little tiny bit more of that pasta water just to make it nice and glossy. And just keep tossing it and tossing it and tossing it. The more you work it, the sort of thicker that sauce will get and the shinier that pasta will get. We've thickened it up nicely, incorporated all the ingredients together. Now we're just going to plate it up. Now we did make this with pancetta, but you can make a vegetarian version by getting rid of that. All you need to do instead is add a nice glug of olive oil at the start, just to brown off that garlic. Now we'll turn this out into a bowl. Again, I've made 2 portions here, so it's going to be a big hearty bowl of Pici alla Amatriciana. It's a lovely, rich tomato-based sauce with a nice kick of black pepper. All we need to do to finish this off perfectly is add a fresh grating of pecorino romano on top. Again, this is entirely optional. It's a traditional way of eating it. Pecorino might be hard to get during quarantine. Buon appetito. Don't put that on the thing, but it's well nice. What's good in Italian? Stop filming.
Why?